Hello everyone, welcome to Pilates with April Moon. With me, April. I hope you're all well today. I just wait for everyone to come in and settle on. So welcome to Pilates with April Moon. If you've been with me before, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to do a standing Pilates today. So we're going to work more on balance. And we will be doing a full body stretch as well, so something for everybody. So all you need is a space. I would suggest for the balance work to use a wall so you get more out of your practice. We're going to get started in just a minute when everyone else is logged on. If you're here, feel free to say hello. Hello, Anita. Hope you're all okay. So if you've never done Pilates with me before, welcome. I do suggest that you go back and look at some of the other Pilates videos I've done, especially right at the start in January, and that will give you a better idea of Pilates and how it can help you, etc. Let's just see. Hi, Kaza. Hope you're all good. Okay, just a few more seconds and then we shall get going. Sun is shining. And we're going to do a lovely little class. I just put my light on. That's better. That's better. Okie dokie. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi. Raring to go. That's what I like to hear. So let's go. So first things first, we're just going to need a little bit of space today. So we're going to do it standing. I'm going to be here. So first things first, we always start with our perfect Pilates posture with our feet together, and then we put the heels out and the toes forward. So if you've already done this before, you'll know. If you're new, I'll just briefly explain everything. Let me just move my camera a tad. Wonderful. So our feet are hip width apart. You want to look down and make sure your heels are in line with your knees and your ankles. So you're nice and underlined, and then just drop those shoulders down. Now I'm going to turn to the side and explain quickly about the pelvis, or re-jog your memories if you need it. So if we tuck our pelvis under, this is how we stand. This is our naughty posture, because as you can see, I'm sort of slouching slightly. So if you will want to just tuck under with me, so this is your pelvis and your hips. We're going to tuck under and then push the fingertips underneath those hip bones, push back, and as you can see, I'm now going to lift up nice and tall. So if we tuck under here and then push back, we're lovely and aligned. So from here, my feet are hip width, my toes are facing forwards and not out to the side, and our hands are down by our sides. Now just drop the shoulders. This is the biggest thing I see, especially when we stand, that our shoulders are up here. We want to have our shoulders down here. Stretch the fingertips out. So from our heads all the way to our toes, we're nice and relaxed. Okay, we're relaxed, but we've got purpose and we're not slouching. All right, so from here, we're just going to warm up the neck, very important. So inhale and then exhale, just nod and look down in between your big toes. Okay, we don't want our chin right to our chest, but if I turn to the side, as you can see, I'm just curling my head, and then we look straight forward. And then we nod and curl again, just to stretch out. Look straight forward, never tilt back. And look forward, inhale, exhale, nod. Now from here, I want you to pull your fingers down to the floor so you're stretching up the top of the shoulders. And then look forward. Perfect. And now just look over your right shoulder. So you feel a good stretch over to the left. And then come into the middle. And then inhale. Exhale, look over the left shoulder. Push both shoulders down. You'll be surprised how your shoulders will always rise back up again. And look forward. Well done. One more time. Look over the right side. Into the middle. And over to the left. And into the middle. Wonderful. Now just tilt the right ear to the right shoulder. So you're looking straight ahead. You're just stretching out the left side, which should feel so relaxing. And come back in and the other side. So if you suffer with headaches a lot, these stretches can really help to relax all the muscles in your neck and your shoulders, which sometimes cause a lot of pressure in the face and the eyes and the forehead. Come back in, last time. and come back in. Fabulous. Now I'm going to turn to the side. We're going to do a roll down, which is probably one of the most relaxing exercises ever in Pilates. So we stand looking forward, we breathe in, we nod the chin round, bend those knees, and come all the way down and stretch your fingertips to the floor, but bend the knees. So we don't want to be straight like this. We want to bend the knees and feel it in our lower back. So let your head drop and just hold it here and feel the whole of the back and the spine rest and relax. If you can touch the floor, wonderful. If you need to place your hands on your shins or your thighs, also fine. Now bend the knees and then gently roll all the way back up. Nice and tall. Let's go again. Breathe in, breathe out, nod, and round. Bend those knees. Let it all go. Feel a lovely, relaxing feeling sweep all across your body. Bend those knees. Restack that spine and come back up into neutral. So every time you stand, go into neutral so your body remembers. Your muscles have memory, and we want our muscles to remember exactly where we need to go. One more time, we're going to do it slightly differently now. So we're going to roll down. So breathe in, nod the chin, breathe out, let it go. And now this time we're going to crouch down into a little ball, okay? And then what we're going to do is come up onto your tiptoes if you can. If you can't, don't worry. And then push the heels into the floor. We're now going to have a straight leg, okay? We don't want to lock our knees, but we want to stretch out the backs of the legs. So let the head drop. Hold it here. And now bend the knees and now gently come all the way back up. Oh, nice and slow. We're coming down one more time. This time, when we're folding over, I'll explain now so it's easier for you to see me now than it is when you're upside down. We're going to just let our arm drop so our shoulders lovely and loose and relaxed, so we get a lot of mobility and stretch out again the top of the shoulders. So breathe in, breathe out, nod, roll all the way down, bend those knees. Now stretch it down, and now whatever side you want to, just circle. Imagine you're being like a puppet. Let your head drop so there's no tension in your face. And then go around to the other side. And now the other side. So circle it round, the other arm. And switch direction. And then relax both arms, bend the knees, and gently roll all the way back up. Just give yourself a second at the top in case you get head rush. It's very common when we do this one. Whew. And just relax. Fabulous. Now what we're going to do is have the arms out to the side slightly, push through the fingertips, and we're going to turn the palms forward and then turn the palms back. So drop the shoulders down. We want our pelvis in neutral. Just turn the palms and you'll feel it right at the top of your shoulder. So you're stretching, you'll feel it at the back of the arms. It's very good if you get tight shoulders or stiff shoulders. This is just a very gentle exercise to warm up the joint. Let's go a little bit quicker to get our blood moving a little bit quicker, a little bit faster. Good. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. Okay, now what we're going to do is come to sort of stretch out the sides of the body and get the spine with a little bit of mobility as well. So cross the hands over, drop your shoulders. So some people want to do this, they're still like this. Drop them down, pelvis in neutral. From your waist down, I want you to imagine you're in concrete. You can't move any part of this part of your body. So your hands are here, push the shoulders down. We inhale and exhale, turn over the left shoulder, and then we twist our hips over. So sorry, we twist our waist. Our hips are facing forwards because they're in concrete. Come back into the middle. Inhale, other side. Turn and twist. And come back in. Wonderful. Inhale, exhale, twist. And come back in. Turn the head and twist. There's only a small movement, but you should feel it right in the sides of your body. Let's do 2 more each side. Keep pushing the shoulders down just in case they've risen slightly. Turn the head and twist. Come back into the middle. Drop the shoulders. Let's go again, other side. And come back in. And other side. Twist. And back in. Last time, this side. Turn the head and twist. Wonderful. Turn it back in. Relax those hands down. We're coming into our squats. So with the squats, it's really important we set up the legs properly first. So make sure your toes are facing forwards and not out to the side. So try and train those feet to go where you put them. All right. Now our pelvis wants to be in neutral. I'm going to turn to the side. Look straight forward. Drop the shoulders down. We're going to breathe in and breathe out. Bend the knees. Okay. It's almost like you're sitting on a chair, but your upper body's really, really still. Push into the heels and then just gently stand back up. And again, inhale, exhale, bend the knees. And come back up. And again, bend the knees. And come back up. Good. And again, down. And up. It's only a small movement. Now, if you push through the heels, you'll activate your core more. So let's try that way. So bend the knees. Okay, now really push through your heels as you slowly stand up and you'll really feel your core working. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, push into the heels, lift up. And relax. And again, inhale down. And exhale, push up. And again, last time, bend those knees. Inhale, hold it here. Exhale, push. And stand up and shake those legs out. Well done. Now just come up onto one heel and, your toes, so your heels off and lower. Lift it up. We're warming up our ankles now, which are very sensitive joints, so we often forget about them. But it's good to always remember that they're there. And down. Good. Lift up. Now try and keep the upper body still as you do this, so it's just your ankles moving, so we're not bouncing to the side. Good. Keep going. 4. Drop the shoulders. 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Now what we're going to do, feet hip width apart. I tell you what, a little test. Let's just shake out, move yourself around. And now I want you to go straight back to your perfect posture. See if your muscles remember. See how close we're getting. So feet hip width, pelvis in neutral, hands down by the sides, chin parallel to the floor. Remember, if you want a more in-depth detail of this, please look over the first ever live I did back in January, and there I go into a lot more detail about the pelvis, okay? Now from here, what I want you to do is step 1 foot forward, point the toe, and then drag it back in. Now when we do this, what we don't want is to lean right over. So if you need to hold on to a wall, feel free. We want to keep the hips really, really level. So point it forward, come back in. Good. Forward and back in. So you'll feel it at the front of the ankle and the shin. And in. If you get cramped, just push through the heel to disperse your lactic acid building up. And back in. Good. Point. And in. 1 more. Point. And come in. Fabulous. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start to come into our balance work. So if you need to hold on to something here, please feel free. You'll get more out of an exercise by starting off small and working your way up, rather than trying to go in if you're not quite there yet, okay? So feet hip width apart, look straight forward, use your sight here, okay? Or you can hold onto a wall or a chair if you wish. Now inhale and exhale, come up onto the toes. So lift up as high as you can. Try not to let your ankles go out, keep them down. Stretch right up, look tall. Sorry, look forward, stand tall. Can't look tall, can you? And lower. Very good. Let's go again. Inhale Exhale, lift up. Nice and tall. Stretch out those ankles. Well done. And lower. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale, lift. And lower. One thing I was meant to say is if you are struggling with your balance, just check what floor you're on. Okay, sometimes if you're on a really thick mat, it's not as good, so carpet's better, or hard floors even better, but I've got carpet, so don't worry. And lower down. Good. Now we're going to up our game, add a bit more intensity. So again, if you're holding onto a wall, you can still do this, but you can just place one hand on. And then what we do is we're going to lift up and lift our arm at the same time. So you can lift both arms up if you wish, or just one and lower it down. Okay, we're going to rotate it. So if you have put one arm on the wall, switch arms and lift up and then lower. If you think you can, stick with me and lift both arms up. It does make it a bit harder, but it's always good for a challenge. You might surprise yourself. Inhale. Exhale, lift. And lower. And lift up. And lower. Good. Okay, relax. We're going to have a little test. I'm going to count up to 20, see how far you can get with the balance. So you might think that you count it yourself. If you get up to 8, that's great. Try and challenge it and see if you can go a little bit further. So I'm going to count. It's up to you where you stop. Just set yourself up strong. Feet on the floor, shoulders down, chin parallel to the floor. When you're ready, inhale. Exhale, lift. So you can lift your arms up if you want to, or keep your hand on the wall. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. And lower it down. I hope you got far. If you want to pop in the comments how far you got, feel free. But remember it, because remember you can practice this any times you want. It's really good balance work because you can just be like more or less anywhere standing and practice it. And the more that you do it, the more your core is going to activate. You're going to build up so much balance and your body will be so thankful. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, I would suggest with this one, if you find that your sort of upper body strength and your hips are a bit weaker than they are, weaker for you, stand and hold on to something. You don't want to push too much into it because you don't want your upper body to tilt. So I'll show you what we're going to do and it's up to you. I'm going to place my hands on my hips or in my waist and drop my shoulders down. And then what I'm going to do is lift my foot off to the side and then bring it back in. When I do this, I'm not tilting over like this and wobbling. If you are, hold on, and that way you won't tilt, okay? Because your hip and your thigh isn't going to do anything if you're leaning, because it's really easy to do that if you're leaning. We want to try and keep our hips as level as we can. So, lift up nice and tall. Inhale, drop the shoulders, we'll do right leg first. Inhale, exhale, go out and come back in. Now my leg isn't going right out to the side, it's not going out too high because otherwise I'm going to tip and have a slight bend in that left knee. Squeeze it out and come back in. Squeeze it out and in and out and in. Good. You should be able to feel it in that supporting leg, probably more than the other leg. Go out. Good. And in. 2 more. Squeeze. And in. Last one. Squeeze. And come in and relax. Shake out the leg. Did you feel it more in this leg? You probably would have done. You're going to feel it double now because you've already done one side. So make sure you're not going to kick anything to the side. Feet are hip width apart. Very important. If you start with your feet together, you're automatically at a disadvantage because your body weight isn't even. So always have the feet hip width apart before you start. Chin parallel to the floor. Lift up tall. Drop your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze it out. And in. Very good for the hips. You'll be feeling it in your tummies too, hopefully, and the waist. That's good for them love handles, as we call them, ladies. And back in. Good. 5 and in. 4 and in. 3 and in. 2 and in. 1 and in. Well done. Shake off those legs, and hopefully you felt it all down the side. Okay, now I am going to hold on to a wall here. All right, so we're going to work now into this part of the glutes and the backs of the legs, and this will also strengthen the lower back. Very quickly before I begin, if you have had a lower back injury, or you know that it's it's a little bit sore, lower back is a very common problem for most of us. All right, what you want is to make sure that you're not kicking your leg all the way back. So I'm going to lift up really, really tall, and then I'm going to squeeze my leg back and come back in. If you over extend through your back and kick out, your lower back is compressing, and therefore that's where the pain will start. So my advice to you is just squeeze back a little way. Keep the upper body soft but firm. All right, you don't want it too rigid, but you don't want it too loose. So feet hip width, look straight forward, hold on, but don't put too much pressure on the upper body. Inhale, exhale, just squeeze it back a tad and come back in. Slight bend in that left knee, squeeze it back and in. What I always tell people, which sounds a bit odd, imagine you've got a pencil underneath your cheek here, and you're squeezing the pencil and the foot goes back. Okay, keep looking forward, keep nice and focused. Let's do 5 and in, 4 and in, 3 and in, 2 and in, 1. Hold it there for 3, 2, 1. Come back in, shake it out. Well done. Shake out the legs. Fabulous work. Hope you're all enjoying it. Let's go to the other side. So get yourself nice and strong. Get that pelvis in neutral. Feet at hip width. Look straight forward. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze it out and come back in. Bend that right knee. Squeeze out and in. Drop the shoulders and in. Good. Squeeze it back and in. This is so good for your glutes. And come back in. Squeeze and in. 4 and in. 3 and in. 2 and in. 1. Hold it out for 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Shake it out. Well done, everybody. Well done. Okay, we've only got one exercise left. This is for core, and this is also balance, and also a little pelvis check. So my pelvis is in neutral. I'm going to have my hand here. I'm going to lift my knee up and put it back down. Now, very quickly, if I tuck my pelvis, I'm going to get my knee really high. I'm going to look like the Grinch almost, okay? If my pelvis is in neutral, I can't physically lift my leg up that high because my pelvis, I've got bones in here. Well, that will stop me, okay? So you will know if you're lifting your leg up really, really high, you need to just check in with your pelvis, okay? So feet hip width apart, pelvis in neutral. If you need to tuck under and then push back, that's fine. Inhale, hand. You don't want it too high, probably about in line with your hip. Now bend that left knee slightly. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift up that knee and lower. Now, if you find this is too much for you, you can hold on to the wall and then just use one hand and squeeze it back down. The slower you lower your foot to the floor, the more you're going to feel it in your tummy and your core. I am a poet. Lift up. Push it down. Well done. Lift up. And push. Good. 3. And push. 2. And push. 1. And push. Very good. Shake it out. Hopefully you would have felt that in the hip and the glute area as well. Last one now, guys, before we stretch it out. Feet at hip width. Look straight forward. Pelvis in neutral. One hand on the wall if you need to. Bring that hand about hip height. Inhale. Lift. Exhale, push. And lift up. Remember, if you're wobbling, it could be that your feet aren't hip width apart before you start. So just readjust yourself. Lift and lower it down. Lift it up and lower. Lift it up and lower. Good. 3 and lower. 2 and lower. And 1 and lower. And you did it. Well done. Give your legs a little shake out. We're going to start to cool everything down now. Stretch out the muscles. So let's try and touch our toes, but we're going to roll down first. So just like we did at the start, feet are hip width. We look forward. We inhale, nod the chin, round down. So just round it first. Bend those knees. Stretch out the lower back. Let the head drop. Okay, now when you're ready, inhale, bend those knees a little bit more. Exhale, straighten the legs up. And then bend the knees. And exhale, straighten up. Bend the knees, roll gently up, nice and slow, really, really slow. And come up, fabulous. Now what I want you to do, hold on to the wall or a chair and have the feet hip width apart. Bend that knee and try and hold the foot. Now, if you can't do this, I would suggest just hold the knee here, okay? Keep the knees in line with each other. But you want to feel this more in the quad. So this is the thigh, the muscle at the front of the body. It just helps. Bend that left knee a little bit. Don't lock it. Just hold it there for 3, 2, 1. Gently, gently release. Let's go over to the other side. Feet hip width. Lift it up. Knees together. So you're going to find that one side here is a lot harder than the other. Again, it's normal. It's always good as well to keep checking in with our bodies, see how our bodies are reacting to our exercises. Are we getting stronger, more flexible? Is our balance improving? All these little things are really good to know, and then relax it down. Wonderful. Okay, now the last stretch is the deepest stretch. All right, this is my favorite one. Definitely hold on to something here. We're going to have the feet hip width. Now, if you need to sit in a chair, you can do this sitting down, or you can do it laying down. I personally prefer doing it standing, as I think you open up a lot more of the lower back and the hip and the glutes and the leg. If you've got sciatica, this is also a very, very good one for this. So stand on that left foot, bring the knee up, and then place the ankle on top of the thigh. So if you're sitting down, it's the same. If you're laying down, it's the same. You're going to bring that right ankle on top of the thigh. Now, if you're standing up with me, you're going to inhale and then exhale, try and sink down. Now, what we want to do is have this knee in line with this ankle. So this takes time, and I've got very tight legs myself, so I find it challenging. But the more we do that, we're really opening up all the right side of the leg and the hip. So if you need to hold on, feel free. You get a lot more out of it when you hold on and push a little bit deeper into the muscles. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Very gently stand up. Foot goes down. Well done. Let's go to the other side. Lift it up. Take your time. Inhale. Exhale. Bend down, or if you're sitting down or laying down, we switch sides. Open it up. One side's going to feel a lot worse than the other. The one that feels worse is your tighter side. So we always want to stretch that out. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Very gently. Relax. Well done. Just place if you're again sitting down, you can do this. If you're laying down, I would suggest standing up for this one. Place the right foot the right heel into the floor. Bend that left knee and stretch out that back leg. So stretch it out, toes go up towards the ceiling. And you want to feel this here. And it's the best one for cramp as well. If you ever get cramp, this is your exercise. Relax it down, stand back up. Other side. Heel in, toes go up, sink back down. And relax. Good. Let's stand with our perfect posture one last time. Feet hip width, pelvis in neutral, hands down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Remember, don't let the shoulders come up to the ears. Keep them down. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. And exhale, lower down. And give yourselves a big round of applause. Well done, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed that. Something a little bit different. I always try to vary things up so we don't get bored and our bodies don't get bored. This is a really good one to do if you want to practice your balance. You can refer back to this video at any point, or you could just do the first half or the second half, as long as you stretch out after. But I promise you, the more you keep with it, the better your core strength and balance will be. If you've got any questions, I'm here for the next couple of minutes just to see how we're all getting on. And I will be back next Wednesday as well. Same time, 2:30. What a stretch. Yes, it is a very good stretch. Very good. I hope you all enjoyed that. I have got a Facebook page as well, which will be tagged down below, Pilates of April Moon, and I've got a little YouTube channel as well with exercises on it too. I've also got my own private Zoom classes as well. If anyone's interested, or if anyone's got any questions at any point, please just message me on my Facebook group and I'll always answer them as best I can. Thank you all very much for your lovely comments. Keep practicing, keep at it. And it will change your life and your body, because your body will just be so much more relaxed, which is what we want. We always want to stretch out our muscles. You're more than welcome. Don't forget the classes are saved to the page, so you can come back anytime to have a little look or practice it if you wish. You're more than welcome. Thank you all so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Wonderful. Oh, it's lovely to see so many comments. Thank you. Wonderful. Okie dokie. Well, have a wonderful rest of your day and a lovely weekend. The weather's meant to be lovely. And I'll see you all next week at 2:30. Take care of yourselves, and I shall see you next week. You're more than welcome. Thank you all for your lovely comments. Bye bye, everyone.